Hello and welcome to the February 2023 edition of the Presale Pulse. Now get ready for a deep dive into the Fraser Valley's real estate scene over the last 30 days. This report is all about wrapping up the latest and the greatest from presale and resale marketplaces, giving our subscribers the ultimate inside scoop. We are excited about this one. I'm Ryan Lalonde.
And I'm Brittany Reimer.
And it's our mission to get you and your fingers on the pulse of becoming real estate intelligent.
And we have to mention we're filming today out of the beautiful Bowden Sales Gallery. If you haven't been here to view these two show homes, you have to get out here and have a look as well. Now, time flies, right? January is behind us already. The Lunar New Year is here, and everyone's preparing for a new round of incentives for presale launches to come for this spring market. There's so much on our radar, and we're really excited to jump into that today. In this episode, we'll focus on programs that have launched this far in 2023 and look at their sales performance and try to give our viewers a take on what the current depth of the market looks like in terms of buyers.
Yeah, I think without further ado, Britt, let's just jump right into it. We saw two pre-sale launches in January. Lucent by Lalonde Global Properties and The Loop by Gramercy. We have Lucent targeting approximately $1,000 per square foot. Britt, does that sound about right?
It does. I mean, we're tracking this very closely. We know that big incentives are happening in the market right now. And so we'll look forward to the next couple of weeks really reporting back on what that true net number looks like.
Yeah, it sounds like they're around 140 deals strong, roughly about 35% of the inventory. They've also marketed over 700 agents through the presentation center during a single week, which is no surprise, just given the price point. It seems very affordable. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how other developers react to this. The second phase of Parkway by Bosa and Piano by Concord have both been waiting to see what the market looked like in the new year. Lucent shows purchasers are really willing to show up and make deals, but I think it's still an open question whether developers can achieve the price points that they need to achieve in order to move programs forward.
Yeah, and we know that programs are moving in that market. It is steady, it is tempo now, and there's really still a lack of inventory. So I'm not surprised that there was some momentum, although with those price points, I think we would have all liked to see a little bit more.
Yeah, agreed.
So Ryan, why don't we jump into The Loop? Now, The Loop is Grandview Heights program off 24th Avenue and 168th Street in South Surrey. This program comes with an attractive finishing and stellar location. Like we've been saying about the real estate market, there is an opportunity in the market right now. You have to make sure you're matching that offering, although with the right price point.
Yeah, and I can totally understand that. Like the site is within driving distance of White Rock Beach, quality schools. You have a great location here. An amenity building called The Hideaway also includes work from home spaces, social lounges, and gym. Feels like that's the right package. How do you think this translates into market performance?
Well, first of all, I wish I had The Hideaway at my house. I could use one of those once in a while, actually pretty often. But I do think this program is going to do well, right? The program is blending at just under $650 for price per square foot, with price ranges ranging between the high 700s to just below 1.1 million. Now, after launching in late January, the program sold approximately 30% of its release inventory, equaling about 10 deals to date. So definitely a slower absorption, nothing too dramatic in terms of sales, but again, we are in that tempo market and not surprised to see this type of momentum for early spring.
Yeah, I think that's spot on.
Okay, right. Well, now why don't we jump into the resale stats for January?
Oh, why don't we, Britt? How's things going in the market?
Well,
you tell me.
It's going. I have heard some rumors of multiple offers out there, which is a great thing to see. But like the Greater Vancouver sales in January, we saw a fall in month over month, about 13% in this case. For reference, resales are down about 52% from last year.
Yeah, it's such a big decline. What do you think the cause is?
Yeah, I mean, interest rate hikes, of course, kept the buyers at bay this time around. It's worth keeping things in mind that everything is relevant, though. We know resales were historically elevated in Q1 of 2022 and weren't really impacted by the rising interest rates until late March and April. So I really think we're going to see a lot of headlines in the early part of this year focusing on this supposed big decline that we're seeing year over year. But while the declines are real, by late spring, the stats will look much better. And we would expect that the market would correct and adjust for a higher interest rate environment.
I think the big notion is that those that might have purchased resale at some point over the last 30 to 60 days have transitioned into the presale marketplace, and we're seeing big transactions fall out of key markets because of that. Real estate is also a long-term investment, and it's so important to have a long-term perspective. The challenge is that people's emotions are in the present, and that's usually guiding the buyer's decisions. Now, that's also the unfortunate reality of these month-over-month stats packages. Just as they educate buyers, they can really fuel unnecessary concern in the market. think long and act long. And in those moments, I think that you'll find comfort. Britt, I got to ask, if you could advise the average buyer today, though, what would you be advising them?
Well, I have to be careful that I'm not giving any type of true legal advice here, Ryan, but no, I'm just kidding. Every situation is, of course, very different. But if you're one of the many buyers that are waiting on the sidelines, wanting to know when to enter this market, like I would recommend finding a realtor. We've got lots of trusted brokers in the industry, and of course, a mortgage broker who your realtor can refer you to. If not, we've got a great one in Nest Mortgage as well. Keep in conversation with them. Be proactive in identifying what you're looking for. We expect it's going to be a time in the coming months where the lending conditions have improved, but sellers will be willing to sell their product at a discount. So this will probably be the most opportune time to enter the market over the next 90 days.
You know, I think just taking a step back from that conversation and thinking about where we started with resale stats, less than 1,000 transactions in Metro. That is unprecedented territory. And if you ever want to look towards a soft resale market, you just need to look outside right now, right? And so at some point over the next 6 months, we'll be looking in the rearview mirror and wondering, why didn't we buy something in the trough? That's right now and likely for the next foreseeable future. It's also important to note that over the next 5 months, those will likely be the worst parts of this marketplace that we'll experience for the next 60 months. Right? We are truly in some of the darkest, some of the most shadowy times of this marketplace. We expect that to shift as we come out of this year and into 2024. There's lots of optimism to be excited about.
I agree. Couldn't have said it better myself.
So Britt, I think if we were to sum up all of that real estate insight,
I mean, I'd be saying start the car for sure.
Britt, I think that wraps up another edition of the Fraser Valley Presale Pulse. Now, be sure to subscribe to our channel, The Newswire, our daily email roundup of the latest real estate news that's breaking ground. Our internal MLA advisor team is also active in all major markets, providing actionable intelligence across Canada. So reach out to us using any of the links below.
Embrace yourselves, real estate lovers. The MLA Intel 2023 report is coming in hot. Trust us, you won't want to miss a beat on this report, packed with cutting-edge data, expert insights, and the trends that will make 2023 unforgettable. So get set, it's coming soon.
What does cutting-edge data look like?
Very sharp. Very sharp.
That was sharp. Thank you to our viewers for tuning into the Fraser Valley Presale Pulse, and we're going to see you next month.